Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of your Daily Guides, the series where I dive into in-depth guides and walkthroughs of games like Honkai Star Rail, Zenless, and Wuthering Waves. Today we'll be talking about the big question everyone's asking, Qiuyuan or Chisa, and who should you prioritize? Now on paper, they couldn't be more different, but understanding what each of them actually does makes the choice a lot easier. Qiuyuan is an arrow sword sub-DPS who thrives on a resource called Sorcerer's Soliloquy, and everything about his gameplay revolves around building that up through his normal attacks, dodge counters, and skills. Once he stacks enough soliloquy, he hits a few key thresholds that completely change how he plays. At around 400 points, he gives your whole team a massive 30% echo skill damage boost for 30 seconds, which is huge for any comp that relies on echo skill damage. And when that gauge maxes out, he shifts into this cinematic stance called Ink Splash of Mind, where his heavy attack transforms into a flurry of arrow strikes that all count as echo skill damage, letting him deal serious burst damage while keeping the team buffs rolling. What makes Qiuyuan special isn't just his flashy burst though, it's how much he amplifies your entire team. His Resonance Liberation takes his own crit rate and turns it into team-wide crit damage up to 30%, and when he swaps out, his outro buff instantly supercharges the next character's echo skill amplification by 50% for 14 seconds. So he's not some selfish carry, he's a flexible damage amplifier who makes your strongest units hit even harder. He's designed for fast, explosive rotations and teams that can capitalize on tight windows of boosted damage. Now, Chisa plays a completely different game. She's a Broadblade user built around damage over time and sustain, a mix of healer and support who keeps your team alive while constantly applying marks that tick away at enemies, known as Havoc Bane. Her strength isn't in those massive bursts, it's in consistency. She brings that never die, always damaging rhythm that makes long fights a lot safer and smoother. So if you've ever felt your runs fall apart because you couldn't keep everyone alive or your damage faded over time, Chisa immediately patches that up. Here's where it gets really interesting. Kuro loves designing characters that work in pairs, one that sets up stacks or debuffs, and another that cashes in on them. We've seen it already with Phoebe and Zanny, where Zanny thrives off Phoebe Spectro stacks, and again with Siakona and Cardafia, who play off Arrow Erosion stacks to multiply their damage. That design habit tells us something. Chisa's constant Havoc Bane and Mark application might be setting the stage for a future DPS who consumes those effects for huge bursts. Qiuyuan, on the other hand, doesn't fit that pattern. His buffs are self-contained and immediate. He's not creating stackable debuffs for someone else to use, he's simply amplifying your team's output right now. So here's the bottom line from my opinion. If your team already has good survivability and you're chasing faster clears or stronger bursts, Qiuyuan's your upgrade. But if your team's struggling to stay alive, or you're the kind of player who likes to think long-term and prepare for future stack synergy characters, Chisa might be the smarter investment.